Hey everyone, welcome back with another chapter, written by me, Stacey Holt. Artwork was by Pastelkittygoreart. For my voice actors, Diz will be voicing Adrien and Cat Noir, Brad will be voicing Tom, Piano M will be voicing Sabine, Obrizikio will be voicing Gabriel and Hawkmoth, Catherine will be voicing Natalie and Mayura, and last but not least, I will be voicing Marinette, Ladybug, and the narrator. If you could, please check out my voice actors. They do such an amazing job, and their links are provided below. All you have to do is just click on them and go check them out. And I don't know if you guys can notice, but my allergies are acting really bad because of the pollen and the tree pollen. So, like last year, my voice might be a little off. So, bear with me. Now, Chapter 43. Adrien and Marinette sat down at the dinner table, seeing Sabine bring in their dinner for the night.
Ah, there you are. Are you two ready for dinner? I was about to send Tom up there to get you. What were you both doing up there for so long?
Sabine smiled.
Watching a movie?
Adrien smiled nervously.
What were you watching?
Tom asked, walking into the dining room. Adrien trailed off, not sure what to say. Silent voice, Marinette interrupted.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Was it any good?
Sabine asked, setting the plates down in front of everyone. Yes, it was. Marinette smiled nervously. Adrien looked over at Marinette and didn't think she was the type of girl to watch anime in her spare time. He hadn't even seen that one yet. Did she watch anime because of him?
Here you go, Adrien,
Sabine said, placing some spaghetti down onto his plate.
Oh, thank you.
He replied with a smile. Everyone began eating Sabine's handmade spaghetti noodles and homemade sauce while Tom passed out the garlic bread to go along with the spaghetti as well. Mom? Dad? You know how Cat Noir broke up with me? Marinette said, a little softly. Sabine and Tom turned to look at Marinette with worried expressions. Adrien turned to Marinette with a shocked face, wondering what she was doing.
Yes? Did he talk to you about it? Are you back together?
Sabine asked. No, I should have come clean about it. It was also my fault for the breakup. He was trying to keep me safe, but I think he saw me and Adrien kiss, Marinette said. Sabine and Tom's eyes widened with shock.
So you were partly to blame for their breakup?
Tom asked with a glare. Dad, you know I've always liked Adrien. Cat Noir and I had a good long talk that night of the breakup. I didn't want to accept it at first, but I can see it now. Superheroes and civilians can't be together. Marinette smiled, a hurtful smile.
I think you could make that work if you really want to. You need to figure out what makes you happiest. If Cat Noir makes you happiest, then you should be with him. And if Adrien makes you happiest, you should be with him.
Sabine smiled. I think I was happy at one point with Cat Noir, but being with Adrien opened my eyes. Cat Noir was more like my best friend or brother. I have always loved Adrien. Marinette smiled, looking over at Adrien.
Honey, we want you to be happy,
Tom said. I wanted to let you know that Adrien and I are together before you left for the US tomorrow.
We're happy you told us.
Sabine smiled, placing her hand on top of Tom's.
To us, you're already part of the family. You've come to us worried about Marinette. You've always put her first,
Tom said.
Thanks, Mr. and Mrs. Juping Chang. I love Marinette. I've loved her since high school. I was just too blind to see it until recently.
Adrien smiled. As they continued to talk, they were unaware that Natalie was in the background listening. Natalie walked away, heading towards Gabriel. Natalie entered Gabriel's office. seeing him looking up at his wife's painting in frustration.
What is it, Natalie? Can't you see I'm busy?
Gabriel said, not turning his attention.
I'm sorry, sir. I was listening into their conversation and learned some interesting information.
Natalie said.
What information?
Gabriel said, turning his head to look at Natalie.
Apparently, your son loves Marinette, and Marinette loves him. They are dating.
Natalie said, raising an eyebrow.
Are you insinuating that my son is Cat Noir based off some table talk?
Gabriel glared.
Sir, we know Marinette was Ladybug. There is no denying this information. Cat Noir has always been in love with Ladybug. Cat Noir was dating Marinette. It is a safe bet that Cat Noir learned of her identity before we did, and that is why he started dating her. After she lost her memory, your son could have acted out his feelings, causing Marinette to fall in love with his civilian self instead.
Natalie said.
That is enough, Natalie. I'm tired of your childish accusations.
Gabriel turned back around, looking at the painting.
Of course, sir.
Natalie said, taking her leave. Natalie sighed as she shut the door to his office and grit her teeth in frustration. She glanced around the corner and saw Marinette, Adrien, Tom, and Sabine all seated around the TV, playing video games, laughing and having fun.
Have fun and laugh now. The games are about to end for you, Cat Noir.
Natalie smirked as she turned away and disappeared.
Marinette?
Tom asked, turning towards her. Yes, Dad? Marinette said, confused.
We just wanted to say...
Tom started, but stopped from getting teary-eyed. Sabine smiled and put her hand on Tom's, taking over the conversation for her husband.
We just wanted to say we're so proud of you. You have grown into a beautiful woman. You're working in the design industry. You're making huge decisions on your own now, being a leader. You're going to graduate in a few months, and we promise to come see you walk across that stage.
Sabine hugged Marinette. Marinette wanted to fight the tears in her eyes, but as she held her mom in her arms, she knew that this wasn't an inspirational speech, but a goodbye speech. Marinette grit her teeth and hugged her tighter, remembering all the nights they ate dinner and played video games together. All of the happy times they shared. Adrien frowned, seeing Tom join in with the mother-daughter hug. He felt a little left out, but decided to just sit there. After all, they weren't his parents. He had no right in interfering. They were leaving. He should let Marinette hug and spend time with her family. Before he knew it, he felt something grab his sleeve with force and felt his body being pulled off of the couch. He felt himself collide into the group hug and looked up at Tom, Sabine, and Marinette smiling at him, opening their arms, including him into the hug. Tom had grabbed hold of him and pulled him into the hug with them.
We told you, you're part of the family.
Sabine smiled. Adrien nodded with some tears in his eyes, hugging them back. The night soon ended with everyone watching a movie. Marinette fell asleep on the blanket pile that her and Adrien made on the floor, so they wouldn't be laying on the cold floor, while Sabine and Tom leaned on one another on the couch. Marinette was resting her head on Adrien's lap.
Adrien?
Tom spoke up, just as the movie clicked off. Adrien was going to wake Marinette up, but turned his head toward Tom.
Don't wake her up just yet. We want to talk to you, and only you right now.
Tom said quietly. Adrien swallowed, and then glanced down at Marinette.
Sure.
Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, you can go check out some of my other videos, like Thunderstorms, which is Season 1, Downpour, which is Season 2 of Thunderstorms, The Butterfly That Brought Us Together, and so on. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!